When Olivia Gray pulled into the gravel driveway of her grandmother's old cottage, the first thing she noticed was the smell of damp earth. The second was the chaos of the fence next door, a riot of green vines, pink blossoms, and a young woman humming off-key while she sprayed something that smelled like sugar and citrus. It took exactly 3 seconds for Olivia's corporate instincts to kick in. The vines were clearly trespassing. She slammed her expensive car door shut, heels crunching on gravel, briefcase in hand despite being on indefinite leave. "Excuse me," she called, already imagining legal phrases like private property encroachment and reasonable boundaries. The woman turned, sunlight catching the tiny flecks of dirt on her cheeks. Her hair was pulled into a messy braid wrapped with a daisy chain. She blinked at Olivia as if sunlight had been personified and now stood complaining about photosynthesis. "Oh, the lawyer granddaughter," the woman said brightly, lowering the spray bottle. "I'm Mia. I run the flower shop down the road. Sorry about the vines, they have no respect for fences, but they're sweet peas. Harmless rebels." Olivia frowned. "Harmless rebels that have rooted into the fence posts my grandmother paid for." Mia grinned, completely unbothered. Then maybe they'll keep watch over her garden too. And somehow, without intending it, Olivia didn't argue further. It had been a week of sorting boxes, cleaning dust that seemed older than time, and trying not to think about the voicemail from her firm that she still hadn't returned. Her grandmother's memorial was tomorrow. Olivia hadn't cried. Crying was something she used to do before endless nights, billing hours, and fixing other people's disasters. Now, emotions were just files she archived and avoided. She needed flowers. Something elegant, quiet, like closure. So she walked into Bloom, Mia's flower shop. It smelled like mint tea and pollen. Mia stood at the counter, humming a tune while building a bouquet that looked nothing like the sterile white arrangements Olivia had imagined. "Oh, the fence lawyer returns," Mia teased, tying a ribbon with a flourish. "What can I do for you?" Olivia handed her a list. For the memorial, white lilies, chrysanthemums, maybe some soulless formality? Mia interrupted, eyeing the paper. "That's fine, but can I suggest something that actually feels like your grandmother?" Olivia's jaw tensed. "And you knew her how?" "Through flowers," Mia said simply. "She used to come in every Wednesday, asking for whatever was cheerful enough to make Olivia smile when she visits next. She adored you." That startled something deep in Olivia's ribs. Mia leaned, voice softening. "You could just plant a garden instead of buying bouquets. Something living. Something for her." Olivia blinked. "I don't know the first thing about gardening." "Good news!" Mia grinned. "I do." Weekends soon fell into a strange rhythm. Every Saturday morning, Mia appeared like the sunrise carrying pots, gloves, and too many jokes. Olivia would protest at first, muttering about deadlines she didn't have and emails that no longer mattered. But by noon, she'd be standing awkwardly in dirt, sleeves rolled up, following Mia's effortless hands. The first time she held a trowel, Mia laughed. "You look like you're cross-examining the soil." "Maybe I am," Olivia replied dryly. "It looks guilty." But beneath the banter grew something delicate: trust, maybe. Or healing disguised as compost and laughter. Mia moved through the world with a gentleness Olivia had long forgotten existed. She whistled to the seedlings. She spoke to the earth like it was an old friend. Whenever Olivia's mind wandered to the soulless glass towers of her city office, Mia would snap her out of it with a ridiculous trivia fact about flowers. "Did you know sunflowers always face the sun?" she said one afternoon, tucking a hair strand behind her ear. "But on cloudy days, they turn toward each other instead." Olivia stared at her longer than she meant to. "So they never feel alone." Mia smiled. "Exactly." Slowly, Olivia began to change. She traded heels for sneakers. Her hair stayed down. She stopped checking her phone after every text buzz. One Friday, Mia showed up looking worried. "The landlord's raising my shop rent again. It's bad. He says I missed a clause in the lease." Olivia's lawyer instinct, dormant but sharp, flickered back to life. "Show me the contract." That night, Olivia looked into papers. She scanned each line as Mia watched, sipping tea nervously. "Your landlord can't do this," Olivia said finally, tapping the section in question. He didn't sign the amendment properly. It's unenforceable. Mia blinked. You mean I can keep my shop? Legally, yes. Mia let out a breath of pure relief, smiling so wide it ached just looking at her. I owe you dinner for this. You don't owe me anything, Olivia said. But when Mia showed up with takeout and fresh daisies anyway, Olivia let her stay. They ate on the porch, crickets singing as twilight fell between them. Mia touched a stray petal on Olivia's sleeve. You're smiling, she said softly. Olivia hadn't realized she was. The storm came without warning. Dark clouds rolled in like bruises, thunder shaking the fragile earth they'd worked so hard to tend. Olivia was halfway through organizing boxes when a bolt of lightning flashed, and Mia came banging at her door, drenched and frantic. The garden, she cried. We need to cover the seedlings before the hail hits. Without hesitation, Olivia grabbed her coat and followed. They ran barefoot through puddles, setting up makeshift tarps and dragging pots under the porch as wind tore at them. Rain soaked Olivia's hair, mud-staining her expensive sweatpants. But for the first time in forever, she didn't care. At one point, the wind ripped a sheet loose, and Mia chased it only for Olivia to grab her arm and pull her back, both of them collapsing under the porch laughing, hearts pounding. Are you crazy? Olivia laughed. Probably, Mia grinned, but now you are too. The garden survived. Barely. But the next morning, when Olivia stepped out into the misty dawn, she saw droplets clinging to every leaf like glittering pearls of resilience. Mia was already there, sitting in the mud, coaxing a battered sunflower upright. The flowers survived. You did it, Olivia said softly. Mia looked up, damp braid hanging loose. We did it. The days after the storm felt quieter, gentler, like the world had stopped rushing. Olivia found herself baking cookies, staying up late to talk with Mia about childhood memories, and noticing how sunlight looked when it hit Mia's eyelashes. Weeks later, the garden bloomed fully bursts of color spilling across the backyard like a watercolor. Dahlias, zinnias, lavender, lilies, all alive. That morning, Mia arrived with a picnic basket. I come bearing rewards for hard labor, she announced. They sat among the flowers, they grew together, eating sandwiches and laughing over Olivia's tragic cookie attempts. Mia plucked a marigold and tucked it behind Olivia's ear. You've changed, she said gently. Maybe, Olivia admitted. Or maybe this place reminded me who I was before I burned out trying to be someone else. Mia's voice softened. Are you going back? To the city? Olivia looked out over the garden, the same one her grandmother once dreamed of filling with life, the same one Mia helped her reclaim. Autumn sunlight kissed the petals like a promise. No, she said finally. I think I'm done leaving home. Mia smiled in quiet relief. So, what's going on now? Olivia turned to her, heart steady, tone playful. Now I ask the girl who ruined my fence if she wants to go on a proper date. Mia blinked, surprised, then burst out laughing. Finally, took you long enough. And as the breeze carried the scent of lavender between them, Olivia thought that maybe love didn't need boardroom deals or grand speeches. Sometimes it just needed soil, sunlight, and someone who wasn't afraid to get a little dirt under their nails.